A lot comes out of the Eyre Basin for the benefit of this nation, but to me it seems that not a lot comes back. When they had the Mabo decision, it seemed to us that there seemed to be a lot of, not necessarily conflict, but the potential for bad feeling. Yeah, I'm Douglas Lillecrapp, a partner in Todmorden Station, cattle station in the western part of the Eyre Basin. Todmorden is around about 7,000 square kilometres. Normally we run about 3,000 to 3,500 breeding cows, have up to about 6,000 to 7,000 cattle in total. So we're to the northwest of Oodnadatta. Most of the property is in the Macumba catchment. So where we're standing here, we're at one of the tributaries that flows into the Alberga Creek. Yeah, my parents came here in 1962. The place then was fairly underdeveloped. There were lots of temporary watering points like this waterhole that you see here. There's quite a lot of waterholes all over the place, but they're only temporary. Today there's over 100 man-made watering points, plus all these waterholes like what you see here. Well, at that time it was pretty difficult to use the country because it was underwatered, so you couldn't sort of utilise all the country. And the other big problem at that time, there probably would have been over 1,000 donkeys and brumbies here. Back in, I think it was 1997, there was an award promoted and sponsored by the Commonwealth Bank. So we won the pastoral division, and then we went on to win the state one. So it just looked at how landholders manage their properties in a sustainable manner. Well, I think they saw that the feral animal population was largely under control, and we had a pretty good sort of grazing strategy to utilise the country so that the perennial vegetation could carry on. We just thought it would be better to sort of negotiate an arrangement with the Indigenous people that had been here for a long, long time, that also knew this country very, very well, and it was undeniable that they had a strong attachment and connection to the land, as we did too. The local Aboriginal people can continue on with their traditional activities that they've always done on this property. We just thought that we had a lot in common, and it would be better to negotiate an arrangement where, you know, we could all accommodate our needs and not lose any friendship. It wasn't straightforward, and at times, you know, it became a little frustrating, but we all had a sort of a common goal that we wanted to achieve an outcome. So, you know, like if it was all too hard, well, we'd just go away and have a bit of a think about it and then come back and go again. And it took us about 2.5 years to do it. The remarkable thing about a lot of the Eyre Basin country is, you know, if you have a good flooding event or a good rain event, it responds very quickly, and the country will rejuvenate quickly. And when my parents came here in 1962, there was a long extended drought from the late 50s through to the mid-60s, and at that time, because there weren't many other permanent watering points, it was very, very difficult. And at that time, stock weren't worth very much money, and it was very hard. You know, you just got to keep your core breeding herd, just cut your costs and just tough it out. And, you know, if you can get to the end of a dry period, you know, with a few good breeding stock on hand, you know, you're back in business again. I remember that big flooding event. It was in 1963, and it was the first time that I really saw real rain, and I was about 6 years old. And I remember all the adults, or all the grown-ups, they all went to the Oodnadatta races, and they all got stranded there, and it was a big epic adventure for them all to get back. In the whole Eyre Basin, there's heaps of opportunity. You know, we can produce a clean green product here. We don't use any chemicals. You know, the cattle, you know, they have a good life here, you know, particularly in the good seasons when there's plenty of feed and plenty of water about.